Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm Jason Stone. I am a adjunct professor at Columbia Basin College. And one of the things we try and prepare students for is to pass the POSS test. Now, we don't give practice tests. We don't, I guess, what do we do to prepare you? We teach you, we give you knowledge. We give you knowledge to pass the POSS test. And in this, as part of that, we're going to talk about what the POSS test is. So it's the plant operator selection system, or POSS test. It's a timed exam with 4 or 5 different sections. Technically 4 sections, but the math is divided into 2 sections. So you're physically doing 5 sections. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There's 2 math sections. But each of these sections on this exam has their own time limit. It has a You're going to be doing whatever section first. It might be the first math section. It might be another part. It might be another part. It might be another part. And each of them is independently timed. So you don't have 2 hours for the whole exam, and you get to choose to take 40 minutes on the math and do the rest however fast. Each one has its own time limit. Yeah. And so time management is a huge part of what this test is about. It's fundamentally about prioritizing and managing your time efficiently. It's okay to skip questions, and you should skip questions. If you're not skipping questions, you may not pass the exam. It's designed to test your ability to work under pressure and make quick decisions. It's designed to see whether you recognize that you know something or don't. Okay, and how quickly do you recognize whether or not you know something? So let's break into some of the sections and talk about some of the strategies. It's got a math section, and in the math section, it's going to be fast paced. You have less than a minute per problem, so it's crucial to work accurately but quickly. And like I said, there's 2 different math sections. There's going to be algebra involved. We'll talk about that in a second. There's going to be basic math functions, but there's also going to be conversions. And the conversions, it's important to, there's going to be unusual conversions. If you've been practicing or prepping for this exam by memorizing conversions like ounces to cups and gallons and stuff, yeah, this is going to be weird conversions. It's going to force you to use a table to figure out what the conversions are, and that's okay. But the key is don't round too much when doing your conversions. It does require you to be accurate to at least the 10th place and sometimes even the 100th place to get the right answer. Over rounding, this is the key to the conversions part. Over rounding will lead to incorrect answers, and they build these incorrect answers in. Like, I wonder if they round this one off to here and this one off to here, what does that answer give you? And then they put that on the test. So don't over round. Um, One of you had asked about using a calculator. You do get to use a calculator. You're going to be provided a basic 4-function calculator for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's it. When you get your calculator, practice with it a few times. Familiarize yourself with its layout. Make sure you can do calculations quickly without relying on advanced features. One of the people I interviewed to get some information for this said that the first time they took it, they didn't get to use a calculator. The second time they took it, they were able to use a calculator, and they used the calculator to verify their initial answers when they had time. So they said they were faster sometimes with pencil and paper, and then once they got an answer, they just went back through, used the calculator, and checked their answer. So it's going to be you're going to have to think. You're going to figure out what you want to do with that on the fly. Whichever is faster and that you can do accurately is the thing. And why I keep saying faster and accurately is there's the algebra. There's going to be algebra questions on there too, and the test. They said the test does include questions that is designed to consume your time. So there, and here's the key thing that they said. They said everybody given enough time is smart enough to pass this test with 100%. Okay. So, why do people fail it? Well, it's because they get sucked into some of these bigger questions, these time consumers, and then they leave too many other ones blank. Are you expected to skip some questions? Yes. You're going to turn in an exam that doesn't have all the questions answered. That's okay. You have to assess, do I know this information? Can I answer this in a minute or less? And then answer it and move on. And if the answer is no, then you skip it. All right. So that's the cliff notes. I'm blowing through this, but this is it. This is the information that they provided. The mechanical aptitude. Here's what they said. They said the biggest challenge to the mechanical aptitude section is thinking it's too easy and then outguessing yourself. They said it's absolutely as easy as it looks. If it almost seems like they're trying to trick you. Here's an example. They said you might get a question that says, which of these requires more work, pushing a box uphill or pushing a box on level ground? Well, pushing a box uphill, because now you're working against friction and gravity. That's it. That's how easy the questions can be. So don't put yourself in a position where you're trying to outthink the exam and start, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts, answer confidently. All right. So navigating the test, like I said, you're not likely going to complete all the sections. You're probably not even going to complete any one section in full. This is by design. Keep progressing through the test. If you find yourself stuck, go to the next question. All right. If you find yourself staring at something and you realize, oh, it's been 10 seconds, skip it, move on. If you get time, go back to it later. But if you don't get time, that's fine, because the entire test will take you about 2 hours. It's going to be at or just under 2 hours, and it's going to challenge your time management and stress handling capabilities. And like I said, you don't get 2 hours to take the whole exam. It takes 2 hours in total. You get so much time for each section. And as far as the sections, so the mechanical aptitude they said was easy, and don't outguess yourself. The one that they said was everybody walks away from the pattern recognition section thinking they failed the exam. So here's the advice. They said, just trust your instinct. Don't spend more than a minute analyzing a pattern. Come up with an answer and move on. They said that the actual exam questions are way harder than any of the practice examples. The practice examples will have a triangle and a circle and a star, and then they'll rotate, and then they'll rotate, and they'll rotate, and you've got to figure out what the last one is. They said the actual ones will be like a cone behind a cube with a star in a corner, and then the next section, maybe the cone's in front of the cube, and everything else is the same, and then something else is different in the next. It's like they said, don't worry about it. Just keep with the same pace. Spend less than a minute analyzing the pattern and then move on. All right. They said it's designed to test your analytical skills under pressure. Yeah. Closing advice. This is fast. Closing advice. Remember that it's not just about what you know. It's about how effectively you manage your time and assess assess whether you know something. Do you know something, and can you answer it and move on? Don't dwell in too long on any single problem. I talked to 4 people and got some information from them on this, shared it with you. 2 of them had failed it the first time they took it. So you are now benefiting from the advice of people that took it, failed it the first time, and then passed it the second time using this information. So hopefully this helps. All right. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, or if you have my contact information, shoot me an email or whatever. All right. Good luck. Take care.